get down.
Alright people, you've been asking for it. Here it is, Indominus Rex Basher Biter Wave 4. Some people have been saying to me, hey Matt, you're actually going to like the Indominus Rex Basher Biter. I actually think it's one of the best Basher Biters. And all of my friends and people who have been saying that to me, I think are right. This actually looks really good. Start off with the packaging. Same open box concept. You can test the toy out. Got the name, all the good stuff. T-Rex, Indominus Rex, again, logo. Multilingual packaging. The back features Indominus Rex. It looks even better than the actual product. A lot of detailing here. Great shading of the paint job, and the lighting looks really good. So this is the back of the box. Looks really cool. Same generic, a ferocious fights for survival. Ugh. On the bottom, it features Wave 3 repaints of the Stegoceratops and T-Rex Basher Biters, as well as the new Wave 4 Velociraptor Blue Basher Biter. But hey, let's unbox this guy. Boom, open it up, and bam, you can untie him right there. Alright, so here she is. She looks fairly good. The sculpt looks pretty accurate. I want to just talk about the head real quick. There's a good underbite. This skull of this Indominus is the most accurate skull out of all the Jurassic World toys. Isn't that crazy how the Basher Biter figure, I'm talking about the snout, the top, and then the back of the head into the neck. That is the most accurate Indominus Rex we have gotten out of the whole toy line, and it's on the $8 Basher Biter. Open the mouth. You see I have a little bit of paint problems here, but this is the best out of 3 to choose from paint-wise. Nice little seam there at the top of the ridge of the mouth. You see the back of the mouth there, not painted, the little rose pink to continue onto the little lever in the back of the mouth. Nice detailing, same exact red as the big bad boy, and barely of the vehicle set. They did not paint the little flap of the mouth jaws, so that's kind of cheap. Other than that, it looks okay. Cheapness-wise, you have your line right there, and right here for the action feature, which we'll just show right now. You put your hand down, and she's going to move her head to the left and roar. The new Basher Biters, it seems like, all they do is one action, and then they bash and they bite, rather than like pull the tail down and then they bash, or then move it to the left and they bite. It's all just in one mechanism now, which I guess is smarter because the toy would probably break easier if it was 2 different actions into one. I think it's a lot better if it's just one lever. So let's talk about the Dino Damage. It looks I mean, the bones look kind of ridiculous. The gash looks pretty nice. I like the little gash. It kind of looks like an Ultimate Warrior mask. But I rather would go without the Dino Damage, but it's a Jurassic Park mainstay. Arms, this is how much they articulate. Much about there. There, you can see a little cutout there when the arm cannot go any further. On this side, pretty much do a little bit more range of motion on the back side of the animal. Of course, we have our screw holes. Looks like we got 3. Obviously, it looks pretty bad, but what are you going to do? Trademarks on the tail. Not too noticeable, but there's a nice little black number for the China factory, whatever that is. That kind of sucks. It's very noticeable. Not so much the screw holes, but the number on the tail there kind of sucks. So let's talk about paint. The good old Indominus Rex, white, a little bit of gray. She's got gray in the top of her back here with the scales. Light blue, doesn't really fade. There's just a solid line like you see it there. The rest of the white on the rest of her head, neck, arms. You can see that she has some medium gray here in the back of the tail. On the bottom, she has like maybe a little bit darker white. But other than that, it's the same old Indominus Rex we know. Rather than like a white teal like she has in the film, or some kind of iridescent thing she has going on. So she looks okay. I mean, this is an $8 figure. And the teeth are like a white yellow. They're not like a pure yellow. Like her body is whiter than her teeth. Paint's really dark gray on the hand claws. Looks like her opposable thumb is there. And on the feet, so that's actually a really good job. Nice detailing. Bottom cutouts for balancing. And as you see, she balances quite well, unlike her bigger sister, the chomping Indominus electronic bad boy. Let's talk about proportions, I guess. I wish her tail was a little bit longer, This is probably the best proportion, maybe if it's not the vehicle playset Indominus. Her arms are pretty big, like they're supposed to. I don't really know if I like her stance. It looks kind of like lunging forward type deal. There's not so much action here in the back end. But she stands, and she looks really good. So, let's talk sculpt. Head, pretty good. Kind of glossed over, but you have your nostril, your eye ridges, your little Carnivore-like horns. Goes down here. I wish it was like more spiked like in the film. Neck, nice detailing. I don't know if this is a rib or some Dino Damage right there. On the back side, a little bit different, which is good. Top of ridges just look like the Bad Boy electronic. Arm looks pretty nice. Looks like a scale down of the Bad Boy with the feathers here on the arms. Nice little detailing of the skin. On the bottom, even more so. Your little line when they put the figure together. Looks really nice right there. Legs look very good. Lots of nice detailing on the legs here. Whoever did this Basher Biter deserves a raise and should be doing all the Basher Biters. That's just incredible detailing. Calves, they look okay, and the feet kind of washes away. But the feet look good. That's definitely a dinosaur-looking foot, or a bird-like foot. Even on the bottom there, nice little knife marks for some detailing. On the back of the animal, kind of glossed over. It's just ridges. There are not too many scales. Tail, kind of glossed over. That's where they kind of lost some detailing. It's pretty much anything were dark gray they didn't really care about, essentially. Backside, pretty much the same exact thing. So let's compare with other animals. As you see, this is Wave 4 Basher Biter Blue, almost the same exact size as Blue. So this could be like a baby Indominus, and this could be just, I guess, a Blue that's an adult size. So I randomly have a Dilophosaurus spitter, and here's the Indominus Rex. As you see, this could actually be a really nice Indominus Rex baby, and this could be like an adult spitter from JP Cannon. I think this looks really cool. I think this actually is pretty compatible besides the Dino Damage and the lines here. Obviously, if you switch it up to this side, Dino Damage is gone, but you have the screw holes. It looks pretty good. If you're doing dioramas, I think it'd be awesome. Or if you just Photoshop out the screw holes and the Dino Damage and the lines, it's actually a really nice animal. And so here's the Indominus with the 3 different Jurassic Park guys. G.I. Joe, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, Paul Kirby, and then 4.25 Kenner. As you see, these are all pretty compatible with the Indominus. It's pretty much going to be an Indominus baby. Can you imagine if we just had like a Pratt figure, and then this would be a nice size for a baby Indominus. Maybe if they train them for the new movie. This would actually look pretty sweet if we had some human figures from Jurassic World, but we don't. So here's like everyone's favorite Indominus, the vehicle playset one. To me, this looks like the Diablos or the Mollusaurus, or whatever they called it in the early stages. This looks way more accurate of a Indominus to me. So here's the comparisons. As you see, you can probably do baby, juvenile, and then the bad boy electronic would be the adult. Like I said, this doesn't look a thing like the Indominus. It looks like the Diablos or the Mollusaurus. This would be just like a baby if you compare it to the bad boy. I might as well just get the bad boy right now. These two on the right, really good heads. They look more like the animal from the movie rather than that one. So this looks like just a completely different dinosaur compared to these two. These could be like, Lost World Rex family. And you can have 2 bad boys and then this little baby. And then you have the Lost World Jurassic World. I don't know. So here is the bad boy electronic and the baby. As you see, they look really similar in posture. Almost the same exact foot position, arm position, head, except tail is different. But it looks really awesome. These two are very compatible with one another. You can definitely have father-son or mother-baby type deal going on here. I really like these two compatibility-wise. As you see, this Chomping Rex really doesn't look that good. And this Basher Biter actually looks far better. This actually looks like a miniature dinosaur when comparing them to one of the crappier toys of the line. I would say they're play compatible with one another, but if you have them in a diorama or something, I suggest you finding a better T-Rex. This Indominus Basher looks far better. Here's just a Basher Biter herbivore, the Pachycephalosaurus. You see that this is definitely a baby, and this could be probably an adult Pachy. Kind of play compatible with one another. The paint job is just so on this Pachy. But this Indominus actually looks pretty cool. You can have maybe some hunting sessions with them. So I say they're pretty much play compatible with one another. This could probably be an adult Velociraptor and a baby Indominus. Play compatible, I would say actually this looks better than the Basher Biter. I wish they would have had a Growler Indominus too. That'd been pretty awesome to have. But sculpt-wise, this triumphs this. I don't know if it's that play compatible with one another. Here's the god-awful Stomp and Strike and the Indominus Basher Biter. The Indominus Basher Biter looks better. There's just something about the T-Rex's of the Jurassic World line that just does not look good at all to me. And this Indominus just looks better. Here's a sizing of them. So it's kind of in scale to one another as a baby and as an adult T-Rex. Alright, so here's the Indominus Basher Biter with some herbivores. As you see, if you have the Lost World Trike, this can actually be somewhat in scale as a baby Indominus and a baby Trike. Over here, the Lost World Stegosaurus actually looks pretty play compatible, I would say. Pachycephalosaurus, Jurassic Park Series 2 and Lost World repaints. I think the Pachycephalosaurus looks too good, but if you kind of just like ignore the lines and all the errors, I think they're pretty play compatible with one another. And then the Trike Series 1 and the Indominus Basher Biter. I think the Trike looks too good. I think the Indominus looks too much like a toy, too glossy. Let's switch the sides here and see if that's any difference. Yeah, it looks a little bit better on this side. There's no screw holes. It doesn't look too much like a toy. It looks more like a dinosaur. But this is probably like the least play compatible because this Trike is just so amazing. Here's some larger scale carnivores. Indominus kind of looks like a dinosaur, but mostly looks like a toy here. If I flip it to this side, I don't know, it looks more like a toy, especially compared to, say, that Utah Raptor or this young Rex. These just look like dinosaurs. This kind of looks like a toy. You can see more of the lines in the animal, but I mean, obviously there's like no errors in him, and you can just tell this looks like a toy. So not so much play compatible, but if the kids use their imaginations and erase all the errors and all the lines, I think they'll be okay. I'll do a classic Series 1 Raptor and the Indominus. You see, I think the Series 1 Raptor actually looks a little bit better. I think I'll swap it up. Let's look at this side. Yeah, Series 1 Raptor doesn't look too bad now. If you have it on the non-screw hole side of the Indominus, I would say those are play compatible with one another. Mosasaurus and the Indominus. Movie accuracy-wise, are these about right for one another? I would say more than the vehicle and more than the bad boy chomping. But I say for the film version-wise, I think the Mosasaurus should be a little bit bigger. But I think kids can easily recreate the climax of the movie with these two toys. So it looks pretty good. I'd say they're pretty compatible with one another. So people were right. I actually really do like this Indominus Rex. Indominus Rex is my favorite dinosaur. What am I going to give it out of 10? I want to say a 7 or an 8, realistically. Obviously, I don't like the Dino Damage, the lines, the screw holes, but this is actually probably the second best Basher Biter. I think the best one is probably the Ankylosaurus. I would say to pick this guy up at a 7 out of 10, especially if you're a huge Indominus fan or a fan of the film. You want an Indominus Rex. And this is the cheapest option. It's $8.88 now at Walmart. Toys R Us has jacked up the prices on the Basher Biters. They're now like $12.99 if I'm not mistaken. That is just asinine. This is the same exact price as a Growler. That is not acceptable. These toys are not worth $12.99. I'm sorry. But go to Walmart, $8.88. That's where they're actually being stocked at right now. Sometimes the new stuff comes out at Toys R Us. Sometimes the new stuff comes out at Walmart. If you try to shop, try not to support Toys R Us. They're kind of a ripoff. But thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you have a great day. Catch you on the flip side. Rawr, rawr.
Hang on there, Chief. It's a big one.
That's only a marlin.
Oh, shit.
Only a marlin, Mr. Malcolm?